Ms Legalista here. Thank you for joining the video. Although I'm not really feeling good about this particular subject, fake jobs. Think about putting all of that time, energy, and effort into writing a cover letter, making sure that you're using Chat GP to get that resume and all of that grammar and language just right. You want it to land just right, specific to that job that you're applying for, only to now hear that a high number of those jobs that you applied for didn't even exist. Like they weren't even there. Companies were just putting these out there to make it look like they're growing or to kind of see what interest they might get or to even satisfy the employees that they have because those employees are overworked. And this makes them look like, well, hey, the company is actually doing something about this. No, 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 no. I know tons of people who have been looking for jobs for a very long time and they say they can't find anything. They have been applying, and maybe this is why.
Part of the reason that jobs are hard to come by is that a good chunk of postings aren't real.
Stop. Let's look at these numbers right here. Fake job postings. Love the picture over there, but let's look at these numbers. The source here is Resume Builder. This is from CBS News 24/7. About 4 in 10 companies claim to have posted fake job listings. That's 40% of the companies that are out there putting job listings are saying that they aren't real. 3 in 10 companies that are currently advertising for a job that is not real. Okay, so 4 in 10 have done it, and 3 in 10 right now are doing it. Oh, our life just got harder.
As many as 4 in 10 companies say they have posted a job listing this year that simply doesn't exist, while 3 in 10 say that they are currently advertising for a role that isn't real. Now, that's according to a May survey of over 600 hiring managers from the career site Resume Builder. Tim Parody joins us now. He is the future of work correspondent for Business Insider. Tim, I was so astonished to hear these statistics. Why in the world are companies creating fake job postings?
Well, the simple reason is they want to try to get more resumes in the door. So they're curious about what they might find if they tell people they've got a job, even if it's not there.
So let's actually back up for a second. Let's help people who are searching for a job, because I can only imagine how frustrating it is to apply for a job only to find out that it's a fishing expedition. Do you have any telltale signs that a job posting is fake?
Yeah, a fishing expedition. Companies are going on a fishing expedition at your expense.
So there are a few things. One is the age of the post. If it's too old, that's usually a red flag that it may not still be current. And there are some other things. If the job isn't listed on the company website or if it otherwise seems suspicious, it's maybe good to think twice about whether it's a real posting.
So if companies are actually benefiting from these listings, is there any way that job seekers can also benefit from what seems like a really sneaky practice?
Well, it's surprising, right? But I think what's interesting is that a lot of times, at least this survey showed, that people who do apply to fake jobs actually still may get a call back. Something like 85% of the resumes that were contacted ended up being landing in an interview. So there is hope. And I think it was overall about 4 in 10 of these fake jobs resulted in somebody getting contacted. So it's not necessarily a dead end.
So, Tim, is there anything to stop companies from posting these fake job listings?
I suppose maybe the power of job seekers saying, they don't appreciate it, or employees saying, are we posting jobs that aren't real? Companies sometimes will do this because they want to try to drive productivity or make employees think that if they're overworked, that more help is on the way. But it really starts with the employees, I suppose, and the HR departments.
Well,
Okay, let's look at these reasons. It says companies posted fake job listings. Remember, this is for their benefit, okay, not yours. We know that. Look open to external talent. So they want to look like, hey, I don't know. Make it appear the company is growing. I mentioned that one earlier. They want to look successful. Everybody wants to look successful. Signal employee workload will be alleviated. Well, now, think about what kind of company you're working for. If that company's values are, hey, we're going to just put some fake jobs out here. Don't tell them. Don't let them know, because then they'll all be trying to leave if they think that they're going to be working 80 hours a week for the next 2 years, because we really want to get our profits up before we go out and hire more people. So let's just continue to work them and tell them they're a part of the family. We love having them here and, appreciate the sacrifices that they're making. And also, here's another sort of negative one: make employees feel replaceable, because then employees see that, hey, they've got these resumes that are coming through the door. Did you hear? They had 200 people apply for a job that's very similar to yours. Well, now all of a sudden, how do you feel? You feel replaceable because there are 200 other people that are ready to step into your shoes. So you may feel like, oh, okay, well, let me stay on top of my toes here. But again, think about the company that says, this is what our practice is. This is what we're going to do. Instead of just being honest with employees and saying, hey, look, right now we're sort of in a situation and we really can't afford to bring some other people on. We're putting a long range plan in place. We'd like your feedback on it. We know things aren't where they need to be. We're trying to do better. Have that kind of conversation. But no, you do have some companies that are out there just doing this.
I'm really glad that we are able to at least give our viewers this additional information so that they're armed with some understanding. Tim Parody, thank you.
Some things you can look for, some tips. They did mention going to the company's website to see if those jobs were actually posted there. You can also check out their page on LinkedIn to see if the jobs are posted there. You can also see whether or not you have any connections that work at that specific location, that company that you're interested in, and reach out to them. Message them, hey, I see that there's a new job available. How soon do you anticipate bringing someone aboard? And what specific sort of challenges do you think this person might face? You don't have to ask specifically, hey, this job looks too good to be true. Is it a fake job? You don't have to say that, but you can ask other questions that will give you some insight into whether or not this is a real job. Because really and truly, you want to know before you spend all of that time, energy, and effort drafting this cover letter and this resume. And I know some of you have templates and you just stick them in there, but still, it's time you can't get back. It's time you could be using trying to apply for a job that actually exists. How about that? One of the other things I think that sort of sticks out there at the end was that he said that there are some people who get callbacks based on sending out those resumes. It could be very well that the company is holding on to some of these because some of these looked really good. Then instead of doing a new job search, so let's just pull out that old stack, go back through it, pull out the stars that we saw and start with them. These people may actually have a heads up. They may have a better chance than the people who are calling in later, second time around, because guess what? These people were picked out the first time. They stuck out the first time. So it might still actually be a positive. But how do you know? Again, how do you know? If there's a way for you to reach out to a connection, to ask more questions, to get more insight, then do that. That way you haven't wasted all of your time, some hours, and your anxiety level when you're trying to put this stuff together, and you can focus on those real jobs. All right. Go ahead and give the video a thumbs up if you got some good information out of this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Mwah. Peace.